Recently, I dropped a first attempt at a behind the scenes documentary, and it got people asking, will I make another one? So I thought I'd address that in this little video. As usual with me and my crazy brain, it's never a straight yes or no answer. There was a very brief summary of what had happened, but I'll give you a slightly more detailed explanation. So the behind the scenes documentary that I shot was for a film that's coming out on Berserk's Films YouTube channel in partnership with October 15. Please give both the guys a sub if you can. I was coming along to basically test out a new piece of kit that I got and just see what I could make from the footage. So I managed to cobble something together, was quite proud of it, and put it out on YouTube. And some people have watched it, some people haven't liked it, some people have. And on my Ginger Engine channel, where I did a bit of promotion for it as well, again, give that a sub if you want, one of my fans asked me if I'd be up for making more documentaries in the future. And normally, when anybody ever asks me a question, my brain can't really give simple yes or no answers. I'm trying to rectify this ironically through my kids, but myself, my brain's just too mental for straight yes or no. So that's where this video's come from. And I'm going to break down the pros of why I could keep experimenting with behind the scenes documentaries, the cons of why it's maybe not a good idea, and I'll give my final thoughts at the end. So I'll start with the positive points, as I tend to do. The first positive was that I enjoyed doing it. It was a challenge for me to try something new. I'm not like a videographer. I don't claim to be great at all this kind of stuff. I don't have a degree, I don't have formal training or anything like that. I got lucky with the content that I make and the channels that have gained the followings that they have, because it's just always been the same basic setup. Guy with webcam, guy with mic, ring light, and a background. You may have noticed I've changed my background because I'm testing a new one, so let me know in the comments if you like it or you don't like it. So taking that step up to try and do something a bit more polished, a bit more professional, it was a challenge for me. There's things that I don't have a clue about, like autofocus, ISO, shutter speeds, camera lenses. It was very much, guy helps me with settings, then I point and shoot. And I tried my best. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. And I really enjoyed doing this one. Probably because I was with a crew of people that I trusted. They know that I can be quite insecure and not very confident, but they were very encouraging and supportive. So it made it a very enjoyable experience for me. Leading on from that, the feedback has been positive overall. It's a first attempt at a behind the scenes documentary, and with anything that is a first attempt, it's going to be shaky. And not just my shaky hands holding a camera. There's going to be errors, there's going to be inconsistencies, so I'm quite glad that there's been overwhelmingly positive responses to it for a first time. And getting the comments asking me if I'm going to carry on doing it also makes me feel really good, because clearly people see that I've tried hard with this, put some effort into it, and want to see what I can do next. And finally, it was refreshing being behind the camera for a change. You've all seen my videos, you know that I'm a bit of a attention-seeking whore. I've done acting since I was 6 years old. It was the only thing that gave me confidence and made me feel like I was special, or like I was worth anything in life. It's why I do different types of creating all the time. Acting, singing, stand-up comedy, content creation. So going behind the scenes, it was refreshing for me. I know that I did wind up on camera for some bits and pieces during the documentary, but it was just purely because I was trying to find ways to link all the footage that I had. But it didn't take away from the fact that I enjoyed being behind camera. And with those results, they lead into the cons of why I'm hesitant about doing another behind the scenes documentary. And it's around my health. In that footage, I had only done maybe 5 or 10 minutes max of on-screen acting. Sadly, this is not uncommon over the last year or so. I've been on sets and done some shoots, and I've not been able to get much out of it. I get fatigued pretty easily, start to lose my breath, and then my health goes right downhill. It's quite scary. Not only for me, but for the people that are filming the productions. They want to make sure that their cast are okay, and then when one is dramatically going downhill very fast, it's not a pleasant experience. I don't want to put that on anybody that I'm on a shoot with. But at the same time, I was fine until I went in front of camera. The behind the scenes and doing the documentary side, I was actually okay for most of the day. But there's also a mental health side of it with me, as you all know. I suffer from mental health issues, and I try my best to keep those triggers in check on a daily basis. If it's a bad day, sometimes it's an hourly basis. If it's a really bad day, it's a minute by minute. My triggers went from being day-by-day basis to minute-by-minute basis the second my physical health went downhill. Because there was a lot of guilt, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of feeling like I let the day down because it had been a brilliant day up until that point. It ended on a sour note because everybody was worried about me. I don't like to see myself as a liability, and that's what I felt like at the end of that day. So I have to consider my mental health when I do anything, and especially because I've been getting a lot of abuse lately. You know when you're going through those patches in your life where it feels no matter what you do, it's never good enough? That's how I've been feeling over the whole of 2025. That's why at the time of this recording, I'm taking a break from stand-up comedy. I've been getting a lot of abuse, and there's only so much you can take before it gets to you. You all know that I've been trying to experiment with AI, in the sense of that I'm trying to use it to up my content creating game, rather than staying still and staying stagnant. But with that has came a barrage of abuse. And that's all it seems to be right now, is that I'm getting so much hate, so much abuse, so much crap flung in my direction. Fellow creatives that are supporting me have said, it means you must be doing something right, because you only get haters if you finally broke through that glass ceiling, because everybody wants to strip you down because you're doing better than them. Well, that's true to an extent. I personally think it's more around they're wanting to protect themselves in their industry and don't like the fact that this AI has taken people's jobs or just blatantly ripped people off. And I understand that to a point. I don't want to see anybody losing it out, but it's not the AI that's the problem. It's the people in charge of the AI who are abusing that power and in turn taking food out of people's mouths. What I'm doing with AI is nowhere near that level. I'm a guy with a YouTube channel who makes barely any money. I can't work a full job because his mental health is so shit. So me using AI to give my content a little boost is not hurting anyone in the grand scheme of things. If AI helped me break through that glass ceiling and I became a top player and in turn hurt people, then it's a different story. But I never broke through that glass ceiling in almost 38 years at the time of this recording. Who thinks I'll actually do it in the next 10 or 20? So there's no point in abusing me and coming after me. You're only doing it because you think I'm an easy target. But the abuse does get to me. It gets me down because I'm a human being, despite preferring AI because people really suck right now. I am still a human being who still has emotions and still gets upset when I get abuse. And it stops me doing things that I'm passionate about. Because every time I upload something now, on any channel, or do any post, on any of my socials, there's always that nagging doubt in the back of my head of how many abusive messages am I going to get today? That is unfair. I know that's been a bit of a tangent, but I had to lay it out there because it's one of the big cons as to why I don't know if I could do another behind the scenes documentary. It's even caused me to question my whole content creating journey, because you make any type of change or do anything that somebody doesn't like, people are going to get on your case. There's 8 billion people on the planet. You can't fucking please everybody. And the final reason why I am not too sure if I should do another behind the scenes documentary is that I can't take too much on. I've mentioned that one of the reasons I'm stepping back from gigging is because of the abuse. But there's another reason that has really made me think about my entire life. And most people who have watched this channel will know why. I need a bigger focus on family over this. You all know that I've got twin 7-year-old boys, and I absolutely love spending time with them. And more importantly, at this moment in their life, they love spending time with me. That ain't gonna last forever. They'll get to the point where they don't want to be around their crazy old dad. That's fine. We all go through it. Kind of all go through it. I still love spending time with my family. And after everything that happened in 2023, thinking I was going to lose my family, becoming homeless, having to rebuild my life back up, it refocused a lot of priorities for me. And the key one has been that family needs to come first. I was so close to losing them, and I never want to get to that stage again. And I felt like I was starting to lose them by doing more gigs in particular. My whole work-life balance has been completely thrown off kilt this last year. It's even more annoying because people don't class anything I do as real work. So it has felt like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And I took the wrong path, and I feel like I neglected my family. So my final thoughts on whether I'll make more documentaries. I'm pretty sure that I'll make more behind the scenes stuff. But there's a catch. The shoot that I was on, I was going to be going to anyway. Originally, I was just going to just look at their directing styles and see if I could learn anything. Then I managed to get a new piece of kit, and I thought, well, best thing to do, test it out, is going up there anyway. And Berserk's Films and October 15 were very kind and gracious to let me do that. And I've got a good core of people around me right now because we're all family men. So me going along when they're filming something, doing a couple of behind the scenes things, that's good for me because I'm normally there anyway. And it means I get to test out my craft and hone it a bit more in a safe and controlled environment. Around people who have been through the ringer, who have got degrees, who know everything that they're doing and can help me build on it. But me just outright saying, I'm going to do a documentary for somebody, I don't think that's a wise move for me. They'll be expecting a standard that I can't deliver yet, and I've been bit with that before. I trust doing the filming with the guys that I did the behind the scenes documentary with because they were supportive, encouraging, and gave me constructive feedback that wasn't just, this is shite, change that. So it is a 50-50 answer. I will carry on doing behind the scenes documentaries, but only for the guys that I trust at the moment because they're letting me cut my teeth with it. I won't go out and all of a sudden create a behind the scenes documentary about Thomas the Tank Engine or anything like that because I am nowhere near skilled enough or qualified enough to do that. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see more stuff from me. Thanks for watching and take care.